The Browns did Baker Mayfield so dirty. They used the first overall pick on him in 2018, and within 3 seasons, he leads the team to the playoffs for the first time in like a million years. And after one bad season where he was affected by an injury, the Browns decided it was time to move on. Like, come on, the dude put his heart and soul into his franchise, and after one bad season, you want to get rid of him? That's some really toxic stuff right there. But Baker Mayfield is bound to start for a team in 2022, and there are teams who should be desperate to trade for him. In this video, I will break down the most logical trade destinations for Baker Mayfield. What's going on there, guys? Darren here for 610 Football. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for some of the best football content out on YouTube. The offseason has currently hit a brick wall. After an exciting 1-week stretch, we have not really seen any major moves for about 2 weeks. But the next big deal we could see could be Baker Mayfield getting traded. I know there's a rumor that the Browns could hold on to Mayfield for next year just in case Watson gets suspended, but that's not going to happen. The Browns essentially burnt the bridge with Mayfield the moment they showed interest in Watson, and the river underneath the bridge is on fire also. Mayfield will not play a snap for Cleveland in 2022 if he doesn't get traded. He was even planning on holding out if the Browns didn't get Watson. The good news for Mayfield is that there are still a couple of teams in the quarterback market. He can thank the 2022 rookie QBs for this one, because that class is predicted to be very below average. So, who are the teams that should trade for Mayfield? Well, first, I'm going to start off with the San Francisco 49ers. But Darren, the Niners have Trey Lance waiting in the wings. Why would they trade for Mayfield? The Niners have shown no signs of confidence in Trey Lance taking over. He looked very mediocre in the 2 games he started in. Plus, if San Fran was confident in him, then they would have dealt Jimmy G by now and named Lance the starter. Trey is a developmental guy. Another year on the bench would do the Niners and Lance a huge favor in the long run. But why trade for Mayfield when San Francisco already has a very serviceable quarterback on their roster? Well, this would be a win-win scenario for basically all parties involved. A, Mayfield is cheaper than Jimmy G, which would open up some cap space for the Niners to go out and sign another wide receiver or another free agent. B, the Niners could probably get back trading Garoppolo what they gave up for Mayfield. Jimmy G has some value, and if a team is really desperate enough for a QB, then they are bound to overpay the Niners for Jimmy. But the biggest winner in this deal would be the Niners. San Francisco gets a QB who is better than Garoppolo. This allows for them to stay competitive while also continuing to develop Lance. And then Mayfield benefits because he gets an opportunity to go into an amazing situation with a great head coach and team around him, and he would have a chance to cement himself as a starting caliber quarterback in the NFL. And once he does that, it sets up a situation where the Niners can either tag and trade Mayfield, or they let him hit free agency and he goes and gets his bag. A realistic trade for Mayfield with the Niners would be San Fran gets Mayfield while Cleveland gets a 3rd this year and a 3rd of next year. The Browns get back a mid-round pick they gave up for Watson, plus additional draft capital next year. Meanwhile, San Francisco will also get a quarterback who not only helps out their team, but also Trey Lance in the long run. Alright, so that one was a little bit unrealistic. So let's get into the top 2 teams who should really trade for Mayfield. And at number 2, it's going to be the Carolina Panthers. Carolina has recently become a QB graveyard. A washed Cam Newton in 2018, Kyle Allen in 2019, Teddy Bridgewater in 2020, and Mr. IC Ghost Sam Darnold in 2021. Carolina is desperately trying to find their next franchise QB. They could do it in the draft, but I wouldn't advise that. A rookie QB who gets drafted by Carolina would be going into a pretty bad situation. When it comes to developing a rookie, especially quarterbacks, system, scheme, and situation are crucial for them, and right now, the Panthers aren't thriving in any of those 3 categories. Now, if Baker were to get traded there, he would be going into the same situation, but at least Baker is developed. Sure, he isn't the best quarterback when healthy, he makes questionable decisions, but he can really sling it when his shoulder isn't falling apart, along with his accuracy being pretty good. Plus, you have a couple of good weapons surrounding him to go along with one of the best offensive players in football when healthy in Christian McCaffrey. Not only that, but the defense showed a lot of potential last year. They played stellar early on in the season, and they are getting JC Horn back from injury. If they trade for Mayfield, the Panthers can then use their first round pick on either another defensive player, probably an edge to replace Hassan Reddick, or they could help bolster that offensive line and provide protection for Mayfield. Baker and a first round rookie, in my opinion, is a lot better for the Panthers than a rookie QB. Carolina would be making a big commitment if they do trade for Mayfield. They have very little draft capital this year and would have to give some of it up, plus a valuable pick next year if they think Mayfield is their next career guy. But the trade that makes the most sense for Baker Mayfield and a team would be the Seattle Seahawks. This might sound crazy, but the Seahawks really aren't too far away from being a contender. If they can get a QB like Mayfield, then that can boost them to the next level. Drew Lock is currently the Seahawks quarterback, which is a sentence that an NFL fan never wants to hear. Seattle has a really good offensive core to surround Mayfield with. Rashad Penny played incredibly well at the end of the season last year, and you pair him with Chris Carson, you get a backfield that's pretty good and similar to what Mayfield had in Cleveland. And I know there have been some trade rumors surrounding Lockett and Metcalf, but I would disregard those. I know Tyreek and Devontae Adams got traded, but that was because of contract issues. The Seahawks don't have a problem like that with their two receivers. Plus, now you also have a great tight end in Noah Fant from the Russell Wilson trade, along with a first round pick in the draft this year. Similar to Carolina, Seattle could use it on defense, probably a linebacker to replace Bobby Wagner, or you upgrade your offensive line, which would be nice for Mayfield. I can't see a situation where Seattle would be worse with Baker and a first round rookie as opposed to a rookie QB or Drew Lock and a different first round pick. I think if Seattle were to trade for Mayfield, it would only take a second round pick. There are really no players on the Seahawks that they can give up that equal the value of Mayfield while also filling a need for the Browns. So that's it for this video. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button. It goes a long way towards supporting me in this channel, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. Also, make sure you check out all my other social media links listed down in the description below. I have an Instagram, a TikTok, and a Twitter. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.